guys. Been hearing a lot of people, well, not a lot, but a good amount, I should say, of people complaining about all of the Deontay Wilder hate, all the Deontay Wilder criticism, all the Deontay Wilder backlash. Well, sorry about that. Didn't realize I had the video in the background. So, yeah, a lot of people are saying, what's going on with the pylon of Deontay Wilder. And obviously, I mean, we know why, but the question is it warranted? And here's the problem. Of course, it's warranted because the guy keeps coming out every day doing interviews with various websites, Boxing Scene, ESPN, Yahoo, and he's just talking nonsense. He's talking nonsense. But one thing that he keeps repeating is this whole thing about dying in the ring and how he wanted a body on his record. So it's only fitting that, you know, his opponent should think the same as well. Like, in other words, if he wants a body on his record, then he should be willing to die because he's willing to kill. I'm paraphrasing here, but it seems to be that's what he's insinuating. Whether or not that makes any sense, or whether or not someone that's almost 35 years old who has a family and is involved in an intimate relationship with a woman, not married, but again, I believe, I'm not sure if they have kids together. I think they do, but Deontay Wilder, I believe, has 8 children. So by him having such little regard for his life, and I mentioned this before and I'm going to mention it again, it's a disrespect and it's a selfish way of thinking, because what's going to happen to his kids and what's going to happen to his family and what's going to happen to his loved ones. So that's number one. And number two, there's been a lot of deaths in the sport of boxing, okay? And for him to glorify it and publicize it like it's supposed to happen, like it's okay to want to die in the ring and it's okay to want to kill somebody in the ring, by trying to bring normalcy to that, I think sends a really, really jaded message to your fans and just to people in general about the sport of boxing, because the sport of boxing has a lot of negative clouds hanging over it already. And then you got this other guy who's supposed to be the heavyweight champion in the world, supposed to be a role model. I know athletes don't like to be role models, but again, by saying that it's okay to die in the ring, by saying that it's okay to kill somebody in the ring, that's just the wrong message to be sending to people, number one. And number two, to constantly talk about it over and over again in every interview, it's just ridiculous. Latest interview here is, let me just read these quotes, because he did an interview today with Keith Idec on Boxing Scene, with more ridiculousness being said by himself, which is just ridiculous. It says, "My people, all my guys know that I'm a warrior," Wilder told Boxing Scene. "Fight on my shield, and that's what I abide by. Look, if I'm gonna say I'm gonna kill a man in the ring, I'm gonna abide by the same principle as far as receiving that same punishment. I always said my pride would get me killed in life. I'm talking about speaking things into existence, believing it would happen that way. So I have to abide by the same principle of the reaction of what I abide by. They know this isn't an emotional thing to be said. There is something that's already premeditated, already been discussed in many, many years, many, many fights. I said that no matter what it may seem like on the outside in the ring, no matter how you're feeling, and I understand what it looks like sometimes, and you don't want to see nobody get hurt, you don't want to see the one you love get hurt, and all that stuff, it's good, but I told them my wishes are, as the fighter, as the one in the ring, I want to go out on my shield. Fury's the same way. He said that to his team. Do not ever throw the towel in. When you have a warrior and the mindset is so strong, death is better than defeat. If you're going to get defeated in the ring, you'd rather die in the ring doing something that you love to do, and I'm every bit of that." I mean, come on, guys. This is a grown man who should have an idea of how precious life is, should have an idea of how important he is to his loved ones and his family. And he's talking like that, man. Now, is this all bullshit or is this all hype? Or does he really believe this stuff? Either way, you shouldn't keep saying these stupid things, because anyone that condones this shit and rides with this shit, it's bad enough the suit, but now suggesting that Mark Breland's a double agent, that he was working for the other side, that's why he stopped the fight, is just ridiculous. I mean, day after day after day, it just gets worse for this guy because he won't shut his mouth. He just keeps saying stupid things. And all of you guys who are saying, "Oh, why are all these people hating on Wilder? Look at all the Wilder haters coming out of the woodwork." You know for a fucking fact, if this was another fighter, you would be all over him. But because you subscribe to tribalism, because you want to be a cult, and you can't think independently, and you can't be objective, then this is what you have. This is what you have on YouTube. You have these people complaining that people are hating on friggin' Wilder and piling on Wilder. We'll tell him to stop doing interviews and saying stupid things, and then we'll shut up. Then we'll shut up. We won't have nothing to say. If he stopped talking and stopped giving us the ammunition and stopped giving us these headlines, then we wouldn't be able to make these videos about him. We wouldn't be able to dump on him. We wouldn't be able to give him a hard time. Got people saying, "Oh, well, everyone makes excuses after a loss," but this guy's been talking for like 4 days straight now, and he won't stop. He won't stop with the excuses. They're getting worse and worse every day. And this whole thing about dying in the ring and wanting a body on my record, enough with that shit. That's not a positive message, bro. That's not what the sport. We all know people can die in the ring. We all know people can get hurt in the ring. But that's not the objective. The objective is just to win the fight and have both guys go home safely. But if you want to keep glorifying death, like, it's ridiculous, man. I mean, we hear people say things all the time during the build-up of a fight. We hear the trash talk. We hear all of it. But this guy seems convinced that he's trying to make you believe that all this craziness about him and death, he's real about that. He's trying to make his fans and make people out there believe that he's real about that. And is that the right message to be sending to people, bro? Is that the right message? You want people to really think that this is what you're all about, man. Muhammad Ali lost 3 years of his life because he didn't want to kill a man. And at the time, people criticized him for it, but now people praise him for that. And now you got a guy doing the exact opposite. Talking about how great it is to kill somebody. That you want to kill somebody. You want someone on your record. You want to die instead of losing. That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. And anyone to defend this, anyone who wants to say, "Oh, well, that's just Wilder. Oh, well, you got to be like that if you're in the sport of boxing. It's okay. Don't worry about it." Then I got to question, again, your character as a human being. If you think this is cool. Is this the message, if you have kids, is this the message you want to send out to your kids when they're competing in a sport? Yeah. You should, if you're going to lose, you might as well die. Don't come home losing. I'd rather you die. Or when you're in there competing in a combat sport, whatever it may be, I don't want you to just beat the guy. I want you to kill him. Is this the message that we should be sending to kids too? Because I don't care what these guys say. People watch them and people follow them and people look up to them. They are role models. Okay? They are role models. They are role models. So whether they like it or not, people are looking up to them. Kids are looking up to them. And they listen to what they say. And they take it to heart. They take it to heart. Kids take it to heart what these fighters say. They take it seriously. And whenever you talk about death, death should be taken seriously. It's nothing to play around with, killing somebody. It's nothing to play around with killing somebody. It really isn't. And to sit there and make light of that, man, it's not cool. It's not cool. You know, and all these people that think this is like, oh, Deontay Wilder's being real. He's telling people the truth. All right, whatever. Whatever. You know? Handrap says, I agree that Wilder goes overboard with these comments, but remember, he's from the hood. Those from the hood rather die than be defeated. Death is not out of ordinary in the hood. Well, you're not in the hood anymore, bro. You're in the ring, okay? You don't have a gun on you, all right? You're not in a gang war. You're not fighting over drugs. You're not fighting over turf. You're not trying to stick somebody up and rob them. This is boxing. It's a sport, bro. To try to correlate the two things or conflate the two things is ridiculous. With all due respect. It's just, again, people keep continuing to try to make excuses for this guy, and it's just not helping him by making excuses for him. It just doesn't make sense to keep making excuses for him. Oh, well, so a lot of fighters make excuses after losses. Yeah, but when is the last time you ever heard of someone making an excuse about the suit that they wore to the ring being the reason why they lost? When has that ever happened? When has that ever happened? All you guys, BG London says Wilder's not from the hood. Well, I mean, again, I don't, whether he is or he isn't, it doesn't even matter. If he wants to live that life, if he wants to translate that lifestyle into the ring, it just doesn't belong there, bro. It just doesn't belong there. You know? Yeah, but no one's ever used an excuse. Like, people, the whole mainstream media, all of social media is just laughing, saying that they have never, ever, ever heard an excuse this bad. And again, the worst thing about it is all the shit that he's talking about Mark Breland, a guy that's been with him for, I don't know, maybe 12, 15 years. Been with him ever since he turned pro. And I think he was with him when he was an amateur, if I'm not mistaken, for a little while. But I know he's been with him at least since 2008. Okay? So he's been with the guy for 12 years. Through thick and thin. And the guy does something because he cares about you. Does something because he cares about you. And now you want to call him a traitor. You want to say he's a double agent. Hand wraps, I mean, again, it's just ridiculous, your statements, bro. You sit there and you were all over Khabib for jumping out of the cage and doing what he did in Conor. Now you're just trying to justify this. You're trying to make sense of this. Just stop it. Just stop trying. People die for less in the hood. It's a mentality, bro. It's how to, bro. Again, a lot of the hood shit is fabricated too. All right. All these guys say they're gangsters and shit, and just because you live in an area doesn't mean you did dirt, bro. How many of those guys actually did the dirt? Actually did the dirt that they brag about? All these rappers and shit that talk all that shit on wax. You think half of them did all the shit that they said they did? Come on, bro. Stop trying to glorify this street, this thug life, this gangster shit, man. It's the problem with people today. It's the problem with the youth today, man. Oh, I'm gangster. I'm street. I'm hood. Come on now. Stop. Stop. Everybody says they want to die, but do they really want to die? Come on now, bro. Does anyone really want to die? Does anyone really embrace death like it's a good thing? Hey, I don't care. I'm going to go out and die. Stop. Stop it. You're a grown man. You're not, I mean, you can't be talking like this if you're an adult, bro. It sounds ridiculous, man. It sounds ridiculous. People die for less in the hood. What are you talking about? People die for less in the hood. Everyone wants to glorify this hood shit. Fuck the hood, bro. 35 years old, fuck the hood. You're not in the hood anymore. You're a fucking grown man with a family, bro. You're not a gangster. All right? Stop. The gangster shit, the hood shit. So fucking sick of that bullshit, bro. Grown men talking about the hood. I'm gangster. I'm thug life. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Stop. When you get to a certain age, you gotta leave that shit behind. And like I said, half those guys that talk that shit, they ain't even about that shit. What the fuck does the jail numbers have to do with fucking boxing, bro? What the fuck does that have to do with boxing? Stop it. The fact of the matter is, death is not a joke. People die in this sport. And to make light of that and to want it to happen, for someone to continue to say, I want to kill somebody in the ring and I want to die in the ring, that's not cool, bro. That is not fucking cool. Stop. Stop with the gangster shit, bro. I'm not buying it. And you shouldn't be buying it either. That's a red herring, man. Has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. Fucking jail numbers has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. Who gives a fuck? I'm gangster. I'm hood. Stop. I'm done with it. I don't want to talk about it no more. Just end it. Stop. It's ridiculous. All these people trying to make excuses for Wilder, they just make me laugh, bro. I'm the biggest Tyson Fury fan of all time. I love the guy. But he fucked up too. When he went away for 2 years, that was on him. Nobody told him to do coke. I respect the fact. I respect the fact that he had depression problems. I understand that. But nobody told him to go on that binge with the coke and take all them drugs. Now, was that a result of his depression? Yeah. Then when he tested positive for the PEDs, shit was in his system, whatever. That's on him. I never defended him for that shit. Never defended him for that shit. The dude squandered away 2 years of his career. He's back now and he did what he did. I love him. I give him credit for that. Okay? But he ain't blaming nobody. He never blamed anybody for his problems. He owned his problems. He didn't blame a suit. Okay? He didn't blame a referee. He didn't blame a trainer. Okay? He didn't blame announcers for being biased. He didn't say any of that shit. He owned all of his problems, all the mistakes he made. He owned them. He owned them. He didn't blame anybody else. And this guy, ever since he lost on Saturday, is talking about all this nonsense instead of just saying, I lost to the better man. And now this whole thing about death in every interview. Oh, I want to die in the ring. If I want to die in the ring and I want to kill a man, then that's cool, man. If I say I want to buy my record, then I should be, expect to die myself. It's not what it's about, bro. That's exactly right, Eric. Grown man claims he wants to kill someone in the ring. Also claims his superhero costume is too heavy. Exactly. Exactly. And it's funny, man, because people are still making excuses for this dude. They're still making excuses for this dude. It just makes me laugh, bro. It just makes me laugh. So, if all of you Wilder fans, or the ones he still has left, want people like me to stop making videos about him, then tell him to shut his mouth, man. Tell him to stop talking. Tell him to stop saying stupid shit. Then I won't have that. Then I won't be able to talk about it. Then I won't be able to talk about him anymore. When AJ lost, you didn't hear a peep out of him. You didn't hear a peep out of him. I lost to the better man. That was it. All y'all want to talk shit about AJ. All you guys want to talk shit about AJ. But he showed a lot more class in his loss than Wilder's showing in his. This is classless. What's going on right now, guys? I mean, is this the type of guy you want to get behind? Guy that's blaming everyone but himself for the loss. Is that the type of fighter you want to get behind? Is that the shit you're co-signing right now? Is that the shit that you think is cool? Honestly? And you're gonna sit there and defend all this bullshit? For real? For real? Seriously? Is this what you think is cool? Again, it says more about you than it says about Wilder if you think this is cool. Really does. Really does. You know, if AJ came out with an excuse, or if Wilder came out with an excuse, or if Manny Pacquiao came out with an excuse, or if Golovkin came out with an excuse, or if Lomachenko come out with an excuse that my suit was too heavy that I wore to the ring, every single one of you guys that is defending Wilder right now, all you Wilder sycophants, all you friggin' minions of Wilder, right? All of you guys would be all over all them fighters. All them fighters. You'd be ripping them to shreds. You didn't want to hear Canelo's excuse for his fucking tainted meat. You guys ripped him from shreds, up and down. Okay? Well, guess what? I didn't believe his excuse either, but you know what? It was a lot better than the excuse that freaking Wilder's using right now. Never mind, he came in 20 pounds heavier for this fight than he did the last fight. Never mind that he was pacing back and forth like a caged lion in the dressing room with all that nervous energy. Those things had nothing to do with his legs being shot. The dude's been fighting like he fought like in November, and then he goes and fights in February. So you got December, January, and then now they want to turn around after this beating and fight in July. Again, these are all stupid moves. You're fighting too close to each other, and then you're going up and you're putting on 20 pounds in like 2 fucking months, bro. And then you're expecting your body to acclimate to it like crazy. Hand wraps. I mean, what do you want me to say, bro? What do you want me to say, bro? What is your point to all these comments you're making? That there's a possibility in the ring. If he feeds to that energy, other than being unsportsmanlike conduct, what is it really? Answer your own question. What is it, hand wraps? What is it? What is it when someone likes to kill people and someone wants to die? You know what that is? It's called psychotic. You need me to tell you that, bro? You need me to tell you that, bro? It's psychotic behavior, bro. That's what it is. And you need me to tell you that, bro? 35-year-old guy that has 8 kids should not be talking like that, man. Do you talk like that? Do you say shit like that? Hand wraps? Do you act like that in front of your kids and shit? I mean, come on, bro. Answer your own questions. You need me to answer these questions? You really need me to answer these questions for you, bro? Stop. Stop. You know, don't, you guys can disagree if you want, but don't come on here just to disagree. Like if I tell you the fucking earth is round, don't come on here and tell me the earth is flat when you know it's round, but you just want to say the opposite of what I'm saying. Don't come on here and be a contrarian just for the sake of being a contrarian. Like, why do that? Why? Why do that? What is the sense to doing that? You just want to come on here and disagree with me just for the sake of disagreeing with me. For what? If you can't make a logical excuse or come up with a logical reason for something, just don't take the opposite side just to take the opposite side. Stop. I love that people just come on here just to be contrarians. Like, for what? For what? Defending this guy at this point sounds ridiculous. It sounds stupid. Trying to make sense of anything that he said and done since losing this fight on Saturday. Anyone trying to do that? Anyone trying to come up with a reasonable explanation for this guy blaming his suit for losing? Anyone trying to come up with a reasonable explanation for this guy saying that Mark Breland sold him out and was a double agent? Anyone? I mean, listen to yourselves. Kenny Bayless takes a point away from Fury and is all over Fury's ass. And he was the guy that was against Deontay Wilder when he was more overly officious towards Fury instead of Wilder. Listen to all these things, bro. You you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out that this guy is like been making bullshit excuses ever since Saturday. And you guys are trying to like make sense of it and justify it and be like, I don't get it, bro. I don't think, I honestly, I just think you guys want to just take the opposite side. That's what it is. Got people on Twitter trying to say, oh, well, you know, it's not fair that everyone's dumping on him, blah, blah, blah. It is fair because because he was the one that made the statement. So he's got to deal with the repercussions. We have freedom of speech in this country. You can say whatever you want, but guess what? You got to deal with the repercussions of what you say. You got to own the shit you say. That shit stays with you. If we're going to fucking pull up fucking statements and tweets from people from 10 years ago and throw it up in their face now, then we're going to hold this guy accountable for something he said 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Okay? We're going to hold this guy accountable. We're going to put this guy's feet to the fire. All this criticism he's getting right now, he deserves. He deserves it. Well, maybe in his mind. So if I say in my mind that the world is flat, it ain't going to make the world flat. I don't care what he believes, what he thinks is true, or if he can convince himself that all these things are the reason why he lost. I don't care. I don't care. It is what it is. It is what it is. And it was a nice costume. It was a nice costume. I liked it too. But again, you know what? It ain't the reason why he lost the fight. He lost to the better man. Hand wraps. You're smarter than that, bro. You're smarter than that. You're smarter than that, bro. I don't know why you want to keep going with the whole, it's okay to, like, you're trying to justify it, and I don't know why. I just don't understand. You're trying to say it's okay for another man to want to kill another man in the ring. You're trying to say that it's okay. And you're trying to say that it's okay that this guy wants to die in the ring and people are supposed to let him die in the ring. You know, the problem with you, hand wraps, is you cannot take emotion out of any situation. You react 100% on emotion. You're a huge Wilder fan, and you will do when you're a fan of somebody, like they could go out and kill somebody and you'll justify it. Like, you're a grown man, bro. You gotta be smarter than that, man. You gotta be. You can't be. I can't believe that you would be this unintelligent to not understand why what Wilder's doing right now is wrong. I just think you know what? I think you're trolling. It's okay. You keep trolling. I'm not even going to respond anymore because I can't believe in my heart of hearts that you're actually serious with these comments. You can, I have to think that you're kidding around. You can't be serious. You can't be serious. I don't think that you know that you're that's your mindset and mentality. You're a grown man. You have children. You can't think like this. You can't think like this. Like you got a wife and kids. I mean you got I know you're not serious by this. I know you're not going to tell your kid when he gets in the ring. I want you to go if your kid was a boxer and you were encouraging him to be a boxer and shit. I know you're not going to go in there and say, "Hey, go in there and kill him. I want him to be dead. I don't want a decision. I want him dead on the ground and I want him to be carried out of here on a stretcher." I know you're not going to tell your kid that. I know you're not going to tell your kid that. And I know that if you were watching your kid in the ring and he was getting beat up bad, I know you would not allow him to die in there. I know you would not allow him to die in there. I have faith that you would not allow your kid to die in there. I believe that. I believe that. I know you don't believe that. So we're going to have to dismiss all of your comments as just trolling. Because I just can't take. I know you don't mean this stuff that you're saying seriously. Oh God, it's just a shame. But this is part of what we're dealing with. This is part of what we're dealing with right now in the aftermath. Like the people that they're still like trying to justify it. They're still saying it's okay. Do you realize this was a moment? This was another opportunity for boxing to show how great it is to the mainstream public out there. This was supposed to be a night, a glorious night for boxing because this was one of those special nights where boxing crossed over to mainstream and mainstream media. But now, instead of all the stories coming out about how great this fight was, there's articles praising Fury, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say it's all been negative. But a great deal of news that's come out after this fight has been about all of these ridiculous excuses that Wilder has made. And I think it's taken away from the event. This was supposed to be a great event. Wilder could have really did himself a lot of good and justice here by going out in class and taking a loss like a man. It would have really, really enhanced his profile. But now going into a third fight, it makes him look ridiculous. Now he's people are gonna look at him like he's a clown now. People are laughing at him now. I mean, honestly. Now he's complaining about rabbit punches too, and he throws more rabbit punches than anybody. So I don't know, man. I just don't think this is a good look, man. I think this is a bad look for him. I think it's ridiculous, and I just think he should stop. I think he should stop with all the bullshit. I really do. I think enough is enough, man. All right, man. That's all I got. I'm starting to get a headache thinking about all this crazy bullshit. But Beaver's out. Talk to y'all soon, and I'm sure I'll be probably making more videos about this because I'm sure there's going to be more headlines coming out. Who knows what next he's going to be saying about why he lost his fight because the excuses are coming in daily. But talk to you guys soon. Have a good day, man. Peace out. Bye.